Chapter 4. Thank you for calling Team Rocket HQ. Please hold. Dinner went by without incident, and I spent the rest of the evening playing games with the children while Brock and Forrest went to the Poke House to tend to their Pokemon for the night. At long last, I glanced at the clock and gasped at the time. It was past 9 p.m. "Oh, I didn't realize how late it's getting," I exclaimed. "I should go." "We wouldn't mind if you stayed longer, Annie." Cindy flashed her sweetest smile. "Yes," Yolanda agreed. "You could stay forever if you like." I don't think I could stay forever," I coughed. These kids were up to something. Just then, Brock and Forrest returned. The children flocked to their oldest brother. "Annie says she's leaving. She can't leave. Ask her to stay," they clamored, all climbing and or pulling on his arms. Forrest raised an eyebrow and shot me a questioning look. I shrugged. Brock cleared his throat.
I can't make Annie do anything.
I have some notes to record about my research before I go to bed," I interjected, "so I really need to go back to my hotel." I picked up my bag and swung it onto my shoulder.
Do you have a place to keep your Onix tonight?
Brock asked. At the blank expression on my face, he continued.
I'd be more than happy to let it stay in the Poke House while you're here in town this week. It's best to let Pokemon spend time outside of their Pokeballs when possible.
I hesitated. What if Team Rocket would demand to keep Diamond Onix on hand at all times? Then again, wouldn't they want it in as good condition as possible? I smiled. "That would be great, thanks."
I'll take you out back then.
Brock and I went around the back of the house to a building that reminded me of a barn, of sorts. Like the gym, it was made of stone and had large double doors. The door we entered, however, was smaller and off to the side. Brock unlocked the door and showed me in. Inside were as many different rock-type Pokemon as I could think of, including the Rhyperior that had knocked me down with Rockbreaker earlier today.
I'm back, guys.
Brock called to his Pokemon.
We have a guest tonight.
He turned to me.
Bring out your Onix, Annie.
I reached into my bag and drew out my Pokeball. How do I take it out of the ball?" I asked sheepishly. I've never actually had my own Pokemon before.
Just press the white button in the center.
Brock pointed to the said button. I held up the Pokeball at arm's length and just took a deep breath.
It's fine.
Brock assured me.
Just press the button.
I pushed the button with my index finger. Diamond Onix burst out of the ball with a flash of red light. It threw back its head and roared, then swung its head toward me. I shrank back as Onix came face to face with me. We were mere inches apart. My heart thumped and my breath came in nervous gasps. My first encounter with Diamond Onix had left me in awe and wonder. Now all I could feel was pure terror. I wanted to shut my eyes and free myself from its binding gaze, but try as I might, I couldn't even look away. A small cry escaped my lips.
Place your hand on its nose, like this,
heard Brock say from beside me. He took my hand and held it up to Onix's nose, if you could call it a nose. Onix lowered its nose into my left palm.
It's okay.
I wasn't sure if he was speaking to Onix or to me. I flinched as my palm met Diamond. It felt how do you expect that large piece of diamond to feel? Smooth, cool, and hard. I squeezed my eyes tight shut and held my breath. Nothing. My eyes popped open. Onix's gaze had softened and I no longer felt intimidated.
There, see?
Brock smiled.
There's nothing to be afraid of.
I was still unsure whom he was speaking to, but that question no longer mattered to me. I began to relax. The fear was gone. I almost smiled. Onix's eyes still stared into mine, and I began to sense a connection pass between us, almost a feeling of, we're together from now on. Was this what it was like to bond with your Pokemon? Suddenly, Onix pulled away and went to meet the other Pokemon. I lowered my hand and slowly exhaled. I watched Onix in awe as he interacted with his new friends. He seemed friendly and used to getting along with the other Pokemon. Good observations to remember, I thought. I smiled and turned to Brock. It seems my Onix is in good hands for the night. I'd better be going back to my hotel.
Which hotel are you staying at?
I thought for a moment. I believe it's the one on North Street. My papa made the reservations. I don't even know where that is, I thought with sudden dread.
I could walk you over there if you'd like.
Brock offered, as if reading my thoughts.
Since it's, after dark.
Oh, sure, I smiled. That would be helpful since I don't know my way around town. We left the pokey house and Brock locked the side door beside him.
I'd better let everyone know we're leaving.
He stepped into the doorway of the back door.
I'm walking Annie to her hotel.
He told Forrest, who was supervising Salvador and Yolanda's finishing their homework.
Okay.
Forrest didn't even look up from the table. Yolanda's head popped up and she nudged Salvador. All right, have fun. Good night, Annie. Come back tomorrow. She waved wildly at me. Forrest groaned.
All right, that's enough. Finish reading this page about Pokemon type compatibilities, then get ready for bed. It's late enough as it is.
I gazed down the street, which was now illuminated only by streetlights.
I'll have to give you a proper tour of the city during the day,
said Brock.
We will pass the Pokemon Center and my Pokemon Clinic on our way to your hotel.
So, Peter City has both a Pokemon Center and a Pokemon Clinic? I asked. Most cities had either one or the other, I knew, but not both.
Nurse Joy at the Pokemon Center treats and heals ordinary injuries, but I help with less conventional cases.
Brock explained.
It's not always sickness or things you normally expect a doctor to deal with. Many times, trainers come to me when their Pokemon aren't just responding to them no matter what they try, or the Pokemon aren't eating or sleeping well. I help them figure out and understand their Pokemon's unique needs.
That sounds so interesting, I said. I'll have to come see your work someday.
I'm there just about every day. Your hotel's just up here.
Brock gestured up the block, where stood a large building, complete with a sign reading North Street Inn. I guess this is where we part ways for now. I turned and shook Brock's hand. Thanks for everything today. You and Forrest were such a big help, especially up on Mount Moon this afternoon. I don't know what I would have done without your assistance. That much was true. I would never have been able to catch Diamond Onix or even know where to find it without their help.
Our pleasure.
Brock smiled.
Will we be seeing you again tomorrow, Annie?
I'm sure. Would Forrest mind if I came to the gym and took notes on rock types?
I'm sure that would be fine. I know the kids would love it if you also stopped by the house for a visit.
I chuckled. Yes, they certainly seemed eager to have me over today. I shook my head, remembering with amusement their rambunctious antics. Well, good night, I waved as I turned to enter the hotel.
Good night, Annie.
Brock waved back as he too left to go home. I checked into the hotel around 10:30 p.m. When I reached my room, I plopped down into my bed with exhaustion, flinging my back onto the other bed. Then I sat up suddenly. I needed to call Team Rocket tonight to let them know I had successfully captured Diamond Onix. I grabbed my bag, unzipped it, and dug through it until I had found the phone Tallman had given me back on the helicopter. I turned it on and tapped the contact list. The first and only contact programmed into the phone was Team Rocket HQ. I tapped it to dial.
Thank you for calling Team Rocket HQ. Please hold,
droned an automated voice. After a few minutes of super annoying Funko Pop music, a voice, a real one this time, finally spoke.
State your business.
I gulped and took a deep breath. This is Annie Roberts.
Please hold.
The voice interrupted. Suddenly, I was switched over to a hologram video call. I found myself face to face, as much as I could be on a phone, with Giovanni himself. He spoke.
Ah, yes, Annie.
He smiled sinisterly.
So nice of you to give us a call. How is your progress with the Diamond Onix?
I swallowed. Yes. I managed to capture the Diamond Onix. Tomorrow, I plan to begin collecting data.
Excellent.
Giovanni chuckled menacingly.
We cannot wait to hear more.
How's Papa? I demanded.
He is spending a most comfortable night in one of our luxury suites.
Luxury suite, my foot, I thought. Papa was no doubt locked up in their smallest cell.
Anything else you would like to inform us of, Annie?
Giovanni asked. Only that if anything else happens to Papa, I will never give you the data I've collected.
I guess we'd both better keep our end of the bargain, then.
Then the call ended in a fizzle of static. I turned off my phone and tossed it on top of my bag. Then I flopped down onto the bed, not even bothering to change into my pajamas, and stifled a small sob. I could only hope Papa was all right. I rolled onto my side, closed closed my eyes and fell asleep almost immediately. In my dreams, I chased after an elusive Diamond Onix that seemed to be able to vanish and reappear at will. Then it was Papa I was searching for. I desperately ran all over Mount Moon while Tommy and Washington smirked. I kept crying Papa's name over and over to no avail. When I finally woke, my pillow was damp with tears and my mouth was dry from crying in my sleep. I wiped my eyes with the back of my hand and opened them. It took me a moment to remember where I was. Second morning waking up somewhere different, I thought. I started to sit up, then rolled over and flopped back down. I wasn't sure if I had the energy, physical or mental, to face the day. "Get up," a voice in my head chided. "You have a mission to complete. The sooner you get the data on the Diamond Onix, the sooner you and Papa can go home." I slowly sat up, rubbing the back of my stiff neck. My feet, still in boots from the night before, swung over the side of the bed and met the floor. I extended my arms and pushed myself off the bed the rest of the way. As I stood to my feet, I made a mental list of what I was to accomplish that day. Let's see. I need to get ready for the day, get something to eat, go to the Peter Gym to study rock types, collect data on Onix. I showered and changed to a clean outfit from my bag. I noted with chagrin that the outfit I'd woken up in was the very same outfit I'd been wearing since I'd been captured 2 nights ago. I set the rest of my clothes in the drawers of the nightstand to lighten my bag. Then I smoothed the sheets and blankets on the bed. I took one last glance in the mirror to make sure I was ready to leave. I left my room and made my way to the lobby downstairs. As I exited the elevator, I was suddenly knocked to the ground. Again, I thought. "Oh, are you okay? I'm so sorry." I looked up to see a young girl bending over me. She had dark hair tied in 2 low buns and dark sparkling eyes. A pale blue Nidoran perched on her shoulder and cocked its head at me. I sat up. "I'll be okay." "That's good," she breathed, relieved. "I'm Petra, by the way. My parents own this hotel. They want me to run the family business when I grow up, but what I really want is to be a great Pokemon trainer. My Nidoran and I have been training hard, and when it's ready, we're going to challenge the Peter Gym." "I'm actually on my way to the gym myself," I said as I rose to my feet. "I'm a researcher, and Forrest offered to assist me in my research on rock-type Pokemon." "Cool!" Petra exclaimed. "Hey, maybe when you're over there, you could make a list of all Forest battle Pokemon and the moves they use, so I know which ones I might be up against in my future gym battles." "Always be prepared. That's my motto." "I can't make any promises," I laughed. "Petra!" a voice called from the other room. "Time to clean the floors!" Petra sighed. "Coming, Mom," she called back. "Gotta help clean. See you later. Come on, Nidoran. Let's see if we can convince Mom and Dad to let us wear scrub brushes on our feet so we can skate through the soap down the halls." I shook my head, amused. This Petra was something else.